everyone tuning in from different parts of the world. Okay, I've been notified by YouTube that my largest view comes from Nigeria. I want to say a very big shout out to Nigeria. I want to also say a very big shout out to Ghana. I want to say a very big shout out to US and UK. These are my top the top countries that are following me. And when it comes to Nigeria, I want to say shout out to Abeokuta, Lagos, and all the rest of them. I'm not taking your followership for granted, so I appreciate that you're here, because if you're not there cheering me up, listening to what I'm doing, and giving me the kudos, I won't be here to talk about what we are going to be discussing today. So um, having done this appreciation, you discover that what we are going to be looking at today is health expectations for 2026. So, what is your health expectation for this year that we've actually entered? This year is the year 2026 January, and this is first. So I'm a Christian, so I'll be quoting the Bible, trying to express some of my points. So the Bible says, "In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth." Okay, I don't know. Okay, let me not go there. So in the beginning, God created heaven and earth. And after creating heaven and earth, he began to speak those things that he wants to see on earth. He has to start talking them into existence. So now is the beginning of 2026. How do you step into 2026? Especially how it affects your health. You need to enter 2026 with expectations. So, health expectations. So, what are you expecting in the year 2026? It is when you don't have plan that anything can actually happen. You get ready for any eventuality. So, when it comes to health, you need to plan out your life, plan out your health, so that you won't have any issue along the line, especially when it comes to a year like 2026. Before now, every year, people have what we call New Year resolutions. Okay. Even as I'm talking to you, a lot of us have New Year resolutions. Even me, I have my New Year resolutions. There are things I did last year that I wouldn't want to do this year. Okay. There are things I did last year that I want to make them become better in this year. So, how am I going to be able to do that? I usually write them out, memorize them, stick them to the corners of my room where I can actually be seeing them, especially on my mirror. Okay, but that's not what we are discussing about. We're talking about health expectations. So for you to have those ones on your family goal, your social life, how much you want to make in 2026, a lot of us have to have that goal, and most of us have actually failed to have a goal as it affects our health. So in 2026, I want to bring it to our notice. I want to bring it to your notice that there is actually a need for you to have what we call health expectation for 2026. Some may be looking at it like what I'm saying, health expectation, that health is something that we cannot handle, like it's something that we don't have power over. I believe that there are spiritual terms when it comes to health. Health could be also have a spiritual aspect, but there are the ones that we can actually handle ourselves. So when you are able to handle that one perfectly, then you leave the one that you cannot interfere with. I don't know if you're with me. Then you leave that one. So what we're going to be talking about is the decisions that you're actually going to be making in the year 2026, and it will impact your health completely. A lot of persons who began the year 2025 with us couldn't make it to 2026. Why? Not because they don't have God, not because they don't fear God, not because they don't serve God. Most of them go to church and mosques more than you do. Most of them do a lot of things more than you do. But a simple mistake on their health changed everything. So the mistake can come from the food they drink, little carelessness, and they say that this person is no longer there. And so many people had health conditions that changed their life. That even though they're in 2026, they are not enjoying their 2026. So health conditions can actually change the course of people's life. So we are having this discussion today so that we'll be able to plan out our life, so we'll be able to plan out our health, how we want our health to be in 2026. One of the ways we are going to achieve this plan is actually to have a visible plan about our health. Just the same way you've made mention that you want to get 10,000 in 2026, and you've written out plan how you're going to go about it. You're going to do more courses so that you become profitable in your organization and you gain promotion. They're going to sell more lands. You know those business this thing, the same way you have it, that is the same way it should be when it comes to your health. So that is what we are talking about right now. So health expectation for 2026. Before you have expectations, you need to know where you are. Okay, I'll be using our bank accounts as a reference point. For you to be able to make projections about your finances in the year 2026, you already know where your finances is at the moment. Okay, to some people, their finance is at zero level, and to others, their finance is at minus 1 billion or minus 1 million. But the truth is that you know where you're coming from. You know that this is what your finance is at this particular point in time. And now you're making plans to get 10,000 naira or 10 million naira in 2026. You start making your plans. So just the same way, it is actually very important to know where you are, your financial standpoint, when you're making your financial resolution or your financial goals for 2026. The same way, it is actually very important for you to know where your health actually is at the moment and know how you're going to make plans for it. So that's why number one thing we're going to be doing in this presentation today is to us to go for a health check. So wherever you are, it is very important that you do health check so that you know where your health is at a particular moment. So you don't go into the year blindly. So many people who developed stroke in the year 2025, most of the time, this stroke would have been prevented if they had made proper checks as they moved into the new year. So as you move into this new year, there's something we call health resolution. It is very, very important that you do your health resolution in this coming year. In case you've not done it in November, you didn't do it in December, take out this January, this morning as you're hearing me, to look at yourself. Take out this morning to talk to yourself, like, what are my health plans for the year? How do I make new year health resolutions in this new year? What and what do I need to do that will form the foundational basis for my health? One of the things you're going to be looking at for, like I said, is the need to do health check. Health check shows you or tells you what's happening in your body at the moment so that you'll be able to make plans. I'll be listening 4 or 5 of those important investigations that you need to do. In fact, during this January, we are doing what we call Operation Show Your Kidney Function Test Results. So it's expected that if you're watching me, you're a member of Kidney Health Class, that you present your kidney function test result to me for review. Okay, so you discover that as you're checking it, as we are many people have done dated December and the New Year celebration. Some people's kidney function is going to be maybe impacted because of the kind of life they live this very short period. So, and the ones they've lived over the years. So we are going to be doing Operation Show Your Kidney Function Test Result. And this kidney function test result is very, very important for everyone watching me today. Make sure you do kidney function test result, kidney function test this January. It's going to help you to know how well your kidney is doing per time. A lot of people who had healthy kidney, who presume had healthy kidney last year, most of them right now, they are receiving dialysis. We know of someone who started dialysis last month. We know, in fact, in our hospital, a lot of people started dialysis this December that just finished. So one of the ways to actually win this battle is to be able to catch the condition on time. So what am I telling you? I'm telling you to always check your kidney function test every January to know how well you are. So if you do that test in January, it will help you to know how to adjust yourself and how to live your life. So if there's any eventuality, you start immediately to tackle it. In Igbo, they have this adage that says, um, it is better you start looking for a black goat during the daytime than to look for it at night. Because when you look for it at night, you may not be able to find the goat. But if you're looking at it, if you're looking for it in the daytime, you'll be able to find it. So that is one of the reasons why we need to do this our test on time, so that we'll know our value. So if there's anything wrong, you'll be able to know. See, chronic kidney disease have 5 stages. You have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4, and stage 5. But most people do not know about their stage until it has gotten to stage 5. Why? Because people feel that going to hospital is a taboo. Because during the crossover, we had a lot of people give testimony. Father Lord, I thank you that I've not slept in the hospital this year. Father Lord, I thank you for I have not gone to the hospital this year. And a lot of that, they're making it like they're demonizing hospital. Hospital is not a place where you run to when all hope has finished. Hospital has different function. In hospital, they restore health and they promote health. So you can actually go to hospital to look at what is happening, to check out what is happening to you part time, and know how this thing that is happening, how you can handle it part time. And the earlier you start, the better. So this chronic kidney disease we are talking about has stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But most of the time, most Nigerians, most people realize that they're having CKD when it has gotten to stage 5, because they don't take regular health checks serious. That is why this January, I'm encouraging you to do your kidney function test this January. Even though when you did it last year, it was very okay, there's also a need for you to do it again this year. It's not going to kill you. Like, knowing it is not going. Some people say that they're afraid when someone asks them to go and check their results. Please don't be afraid. It's actually good for you to be able to know what your health is at the moment, so that you'll be able to make your plans and do things that you want to do. So another very important test that I actually want everybody in this listening to this video, whether you're listening to it now, whether you're online now, or you're going to be online in future. Okay, what I'm saying is, and you're going to be watching this later. Please, there's a test called HbA1c. HbA1c is a test that tells how well your sugar level is being controlled per time. Most of the time over 3 months. And over 3 months, a lot of us start having depreciations in our kidney, in our glucose control that we do not know. And as this control is depleting, it is affecting the kidneys. And before you know it, someone who do not even know that they have diabetes start having issues with the kidney, because they say they're not label it uncontrolled diabetes for someone who has never imagined that they have diabetes. And before you know it, the kidney is damaged. And before you know it, dialysis. And before you know it, Jack Robinson, the person may actually give up, and they will start blaming it on village people. So this HbA1c will tell you how well your kidney is doing part time. And diabetes, there's something we call pre-diabetes. Pre-diabetes means that this person have not developed diabetes, but his values are tilting towards diabetes. Meaning to say, things have to be done to delay or stop this person from getting into diabetes. It is possible. This goes to tell us that a lot of people who have diabetes today, especially adult onset diabetes, they could actually have benefited if they took HbA1c serious. You know, diabetes, we have 2 types of diabetes. We have the one that starts from childhood. We have the one that starts from adulthood. So the one that starts from childhood, we may be termed congenital and not the rest of them. So, but the one that starts from adulthood, most of the time, is lifestyle predisposed. Meaning to say, there's a lifestyle you can actually be living now that will actually predispose you to developing diabetes. A lot of us, we did 30 December. We took a lot of minerals, just like we call it, a lot of sodas, and we didn't exercise. We rarely exercise. This thing is actually impacting